Good evening everyone, AnthWolf here, streaming live with even more Final Fantasy XIV. And where we last left off, we were continuing to slowly explore the Shadowbringers story content with Yuri Yascaret here. You'll notice that my dancer has got up to level 78. Let's log in. We were in Eorzea, a new region in search of Alphino in the last video or the last stream. And he was trying to gain support through, support from a town called Eulmore, which I think we can kind of see in the distance there, against these Sin Eaters. We still haven't learned much about them apart from that they turned up after the Flood of Light. Eulmore is where a lot of the wealthy managed to band together to see out the final days, and they seem to hold some sort of ever-changing competition to allow the less fortunate refuge within its walls, but they seem not to treat them particularly well, as we found out from Tristal, a painter who was basically thrown from the walls. It was mentioned ever since a new ruler took power 20 years ago, the situation, well, turned out the way it has done. So I'm going to get my armor repaired because, as I say, I have been doing a few of the dailies. We need, what, 32 million experience to level up now? Bloody hell. That's quite a bit, but at the same time, I think I earned 12 million experience just doing the main scenario duty roulette earlier this morning, and it's since rolled over. Either way, we were doing a few of the side missions here, and it is Eorzea. Yes, it is. We're in the small town or village of Wright, and Tristal had an idea of how Alphino and I could get into Eulmore, seeking out the patronage of the couple who were seeking a painter last time. So, City of Final Pleasures. Alphino weighs the brush you receive from Tristal deep in thought. Okay. So we might have to wait and see until the jesters say the competition is looking for a painter once again. But since Tristal was recently thrown from the walls, there's a good chance they'll ask it once again.
Redemption is beyond us. The lament of all but saints and fools, and the comfort of the lords and ladies of this accursed place. Once they held fast against the madness, only to embrace the coming cataclysm and delight in the end of days. Perhaps in rapture they seek to lose themselves and the misery they share. Or perhaps for them alone, the promise of eternal pleasure really does hold true.
And welcome to Eulmore, I suppose. The derelicts. Oh, I see you were wearing the same style of pants. This is awkward. Yeah, what kind of place is this? It's kind of depressing. I wonder why she doesn't just leave then to one of the villagers to try and make a life. No, I suppose. Oh, we have some Ethernet shards. The Glory Gate. So they do have some sort of military. Okay. So we'll be gain the patronage of the Chais as a bonded citizen. And if they dismissed us, you would find another patronage or become a general labourer. I'm sure that has no worse connotations. How polite of her. I guess we're getting deloused like prisoners. Delightful. Let me tell you what, before we do anything like that, let's pop. Can we pop out this way? No, that's the lift, right. Let's pop outside. I'm gonna activate these two Aethernet shards. Holy wow, there's a lot of... Is this like solid gold that they've kind of just discarded after use? Being used for one theatre, one play, and then thrown away. Oh wow. We're at City again, and yeah. Literal derelict. Speaking of. Okay, there's no Aether currents nearby. Worth double checking. Right, back over to the Glory Gate. Nope, pardon me. Apply this perfume of scented water. Alice would have been drying her hair by now. We now managed to explore the city. So we have a lift there. Maybe they have an airship landing. Okay, 3 layers, one on top of the other. We have the buttress here, the understory, and then the canopy. We need to find the Grand Dame's Parlour. The chais are likely to be there. So the Eulmore army. Oh, we have Clan Nutsy. Once again, if you want to do some hunting board or some hunting mark action. Oh! That's all of the, interesting. I expected a much larger... Well, they're all the Aethernet shards. Is there not an actual Aetherite to attune to? We saw it in the cutscene. I'm guessing it's up in the canopy. And so it is. Wow, it's busy. According to the message engraved, special permission is required. Oh, how curious. So many people here. Well, that's a way to get a lot of tier 7 and tier 8 materia. Converting dwarven high quality items. Okay. Ah!
Then.
Lord and Lady Chai, pray forgive our intrusion. I am given to understand you were in search of an artist.
Ah, you must be the new,
Oh, goodness me! What an adorable boy! that silken hair, those pearly cheeks, oh, and you even smell wonderful, like a bed of flowers. I approve of this one, dearest. I am positive he'll paint us the most delightful pictures.
Yes. Well, as long as he paints better than that talentless wretch we sent packing last week.
Wonderful, wonderful. Welcome to Eulmore.
Alphino, if it please you, my lady. And this is my assistant.
Your assistant? I've heard of folk bringing in family members, but this seems a bit irregular. Aren't you a little young to have a protege?
We are family in all but name, my lord. Though we share no blood, we have stood by each other through life's many challenges, resolved to prevail together or not at all. Of all people, 'tis she who best understands my work. With her unique insight guiding my hand, the art I create is sure to satisfy your expectations. Once the picture is begun, of course, I shall have no need of constant encouragement. And so I wondered, rather than her being in your way, might it then be permissible for my assistant to explore the city she has so longed to see? Out of gratitude for her priceless contribution to my art, I thought it only fair that I make this humble request on her behalf.
Oh, did you ever hear of such devotion? Of course your assistant must have her wish. She shall be free to roam to her heart's content. Isn't that right, darling?
Oh, yes. Yes, of course, dearest. Quite right.
At least we've managed to wangle a way to explore the city without much interruption. Alphino's making himself quite comfortable there, claiming a seat. There's a new quest available. Let's have a quick look at what the requirements are. Ah, I see. You need to be a crafter or a gatherer at level 70. Well, we do have a miner. We might come back here later. Well, we will come back here later. There's not many people here to really interact with. There's a few. I guess more will miraculously appear. There's just more players than there is actually NPCs lounging in a lap of luxury. Ooh, another item level 385. We're still kind of in the tutorial stage, so to speak. Alphino would send you into the city to explore. Okay. Well, Alphino is learning more of our patrons. We have a small marketplace here. Ooh. What materia do you sell? Ah, we hand over our stellar and planet clusters to you to get tier 7 and tier 8 materia. Okay. Okay. Let's go search for her attendant, shall we? Oh, there's the lift operator once again. Ah. Oh. Well, this is awkward. Yeah. What were you thinking? Oh, there's... We have the crown lift, which we saw, and then there's another one. The Xylem lift. I'm guessing this is where the Lord... Ah, the residents of the free citizens are up there. Right. So there is an upper level, which I guess we may never see. I see. So we've learned a bit about... It's kind of like a retirement home, so to speak. Handing over all of their financial goods, I suppose. A taste of honey. The amiable maiden appears suddenly concerned. Okay. Did they choose the name Beehive because of its relation or connection to Final Fantasy VII? Ah, yeah, I kind of figured this would be appropriately known as the Beehive. I guess we don't have a choice. You must decide whether or not the total of your 3 cards is higher than lower than the total of your opponents. Hello there, Blissfinder. Deck holds a total of 9 cards. Okay. Bit of the triple triad music. Ooh. So these cards are... There's 9 cards in the deck in total. Obviously, we have the 9. But she has the 6 and the 5. So there's a 7 and 8 somewhere. But then there's the 1, 2, 3, and 4. If she has the 7 or the 8, we're screwed. I say we'll go higher. Nice, I got the 8. I guess she's not going to grant us that favour just with a single victory. She has the 8 and the 4. I don't know. I think my number will be lower. Ooh, nice. We were lucky there. The Lord was able to command the Sin Eaters, you say? That's concerning and questionable. Oh, great. He's not willing to tell us a story, even though he does like the sound of his own voice, without doing a bit of dancing first. Guess we don't have much choice. The old ruler's son took over. Who's the lord who's, of course, in control now. And turned the Sin Eaters docile. That is concerning. Considering it seems Sin Eaters everywhere else want to devour humanity. These are various shows that are going to be on, I suppose. Right, back to Alphino. Oh! Alphino's not here anymore. She's been using him as a doll, it seems. It seems like the wife has her say in the relationship. Oh, I should say, where's the pants in the relationship? Ah, Alphino. A blessed instrument. Alphino draws you in close with a whisper. Okay. While Alphino keeps the Chais occupied, we should actually look into the Eulmorean army, like you suggested, since seemingly they're not getting much action nowadays. If this Lord has a way with them. Let's see if there's anyone who will be willing to speak to us. Ah. Oh. Oh, what's wrong with you exactly? Well, this is not exactly why we came down here, but seems we have another bonded person of Eulmore who's suffering. We have a list of symptoms: coughing, hoarse, hard to swallow, sore throat. Maybe she has a cold. I guess we'll head down to the derelicts then. I think we spoke to this apothecary earlier. Indeed we did. At least he's been open with us. Those who disappoint their patrons never seem to leave. Well, we will definitely want to investigate that if we have the opportunity to. Ascension. As lovely as a word that is, yeah. Euthanasia? Yeah, explain. Put my mind at ease. You're feeding people to the Sin Eaters. And people accept this? I think they've kind of lost their minds. Holy crap, they're feeding people to Sin Eaters? Okay. Oh! I see you've made a start. I think you probably... Maybe you should take a more artistic license in drawing our patrons. I'm not sure if the lady's gonna appreciate it. I guess we'll see. They end up dead, Alphino. One way or the other. So no new quests have turned up. That's fine. Emergent Splendor. Alphino seems eager to discuss the significance of your discoveries. Well, they did say that the Sin Eaters, of course, eat sinners and these the innocent alike. I'm guessing this Lord is going to pass judgment. We proceed to the offer. That's a Sin Eater behind him, isn't
That's
it?
him. That's Vauthry. He's attended by Sin Eaters. But how does he keep them from attacking?
Mercy! Mercy!
By the 12.
Oh. Is that the trader from earlier?
Kaishia, what happened to you?
Who are these impudent louts? I do not recall requesting their presence.
Lord Vauthry, what is the meaning of this? Why is this poor man bleeding to death on your floor?
Why? You ask me why? Because criminals must be punished. And this man is guilty of fraud. He came to us, claiming to be a man of business. Yet his subsequent conduct has shown him to be anything but. Yuri is a city built on love for one's fellow man. Those who have naught to give and live only to take are a blight upon our society! To atone for this crime, I ordered that he fling himself from the balcony. Had the temerity to weep. Please, my lord, anything but that. What then is a man of mercy to do? But offer the sinner another way to show his contrition.
Another way? Meaning what exactly?
Sin Eaters are part of Eulmore's society, but they must be fed with ether. Living ether. So, I demanded an offering of flesh, carved by his own hand, from his own hide. And still, he could not do as I asked. A wholly unsatisfactory performance.
It is true that Kaishia won his place here by fraud, but his actions were driven only by desire to share in your paradise. That you would cast him out, I could almost accept. But to humiliate him thus? To demand his very life? Is this truly the way of Eulmore?
Oh, you dim, deluded child. Have you ever paused to consider what it takes to maintain such a paradise in this barren, broken world of ours? The guarantee of safety and stability. The knowledge that if one only abides by the rules, one has naught to fear. I alone can offer these things, for I alone can command the Sin Eaters. And thus am I alone the voice of justice, and any who oppose me, villains to be punished.
People call this paradise.
You were granted a place in my city for a particular skill. What was it?
Painting.
Oh, an artiste! Then you shall paint a picture for me, of Eulmore. If I find your art pleasing, then I may excuse this display of insolence. Who gave you permission to tend to that criminal's wounds? I told you to paint me a picture!
What you need is a mirror, not a painting. It will capture the horror I see before me far better than I ever could. Can you walk?
I think so.
Did that little worm just insult me?
Wow, that took him a while.
I'll kill them! I'll kill them all! I'll enslave their minds! I'll torment them! Torture them! And tear out their hearts!
Sorry, slate that player's name. Ah! I guess we're not going to be welcome back in Eulmore then. Maybe? I'm sure word's getting around of the situation. Ah, the chies. Well, with that, it seems we will be coming back here to maybe deal with the Eulmore situation at some point in the future. But, for now, we've outstayed our welcome. Back over to Cracked Shell Beach, and back to the Crystarium, where I suppose we'll leave Alphino and go in search of his sister, Alicea. Had a few dropped frames there. Keep an eye on that. Right, back to the Crystarium we go. Make sure everything's running fine in the background. It looks it despite the dropped frames. Right. Up to the Ocular. Speak to the Crystal Exarch about what we learned. Arrange. Okay. What we'll do is we'll take a break here, and when we come back, we'll go in search of Alicea. See, apparently she is on the front lines, fighting directly against the Sin Eaters and learning about their strengths and weaknesses, I suppose you could say. But